So we did things a little bit different this week for Planet at the Movies. We gave each other homework assignments. I sent Rachel to go see The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
And I told Jessica to go see Inception for me. So how was it?
You know, it was a really great movie. It's just a concept that I don't know where Christopher Nolan came up with this idea. It was a great concept, and you know, it's about the dream world, how your dreams interact with the real world and your ideas and thoughts, and it's crazy because Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Dom Cobb, he infiltrates people's minds to swipe, you know, their ideas, their thoughts, what they're trying to hide. You know, think of your mind as like Fort Knox, and he's the ultimate guy trying to get in there and take your ideas. But the Inception part is he's trying to insert an idea in your mind and to make you think that he didn't give you the idea, but you actually came up with it. So it's a crazy notion that it sounds a little confusing, but Christopher Nolan lays everything out perfectly that you can really follow it. So I would definitely recommend if you have the time to go see it, because it is a kind of a long one.
Christopher Nolan's usually really good with the visuals. That's one thing I love about his movies. How is this movie visually?
It's great in the dream sequences. Like when you're in that, he really puts a lot into it that just kind of blows you away. You're like, oh wow, you know. And it's interesting. I'm not going to give anything away, but how, you know, the visuals come about in the dream sequences. It's not obvious. I mean, you'll see something small at first, like, you know, your cups will start rattling, and then all of a sudden, you know, like, it's almost like fireworks are going off with all the visuals that he's got going on. So it's really great, especially when Ellen Page's character, Eridan, in her first dream sequence, those visuals were amazing. And as a side note, I was really impressed with her because I've seen her as like the spunky, snarky teen character, and I didn't think she was going to be able to pull off a serious role at all, and she did.
Cool.
So between the actors, the visuals, I would definitely recommend going to see this. It's obviously not a family film because it is such a complex thing to wrap your mind around, but I mean, if you're going out with, you know, your husband or, you know, a group of friends, boyfriend, whatever, I would say take the time and go see this movie.
Oh, great. I'm excited then. You know, that sounds really awesome. And I like the casting. I mean, Cillian Murphy and Leonardo DiCaprio and Joseph Gordon-Levitt are like, I love those guys.
Yeah, and they all do a great job in these serious roles where, you know, you're also connecting with them and you've got a few giggles with them too.
Oh, that's great. I'm really anxious now.
Rachel, tell me about your movie. Obviously, The Sorcerer's Apprentice it was a bit more family friendly. Did it come off that way? You
know what? I think the marketing for this movie was a little off because honestly, you would think that I would want to see a movie like this. And I don't know, the posters and the commercials just never really turned me on that much. And I watched the Disney Channel and they've been talking about it like crazy on there, and I don't know. And I love Nicolas Cage, Alfred Molina. But I had a blast with this movie. It was really exciting. But I don't know about little kids. A lot of the inside jokes, a lot of what was going on, the whole story itself, you kind of needed, I would say maybe teenagers and up. You needed to understand what was going on. Yeah, I will say the special effects were great. And the whole story is about Merlin, and Nicolas Cage is one of Merlin's apprentices, and they don't say that in the commercials, you know? There's a whole Arthurian twist to it, and I got excited because I'm a Renaissance nerd, but I would say this is the perfect, like, nerdy date movie because the little love between Rachel Heiress' character of Dave and the girl he's got a crush on, it's really cute. It's really sweet. And Nicolas Cage was fun to watch. And there's also another little backstory between Alfred Molina's character of Maxim and Nicolas Cage's character of Balthazar. It was a lot of fun, but like I said, I'd recommend it for maybe teenagers and up. Little kids, I think they might get a little lost.
Really?
Yeah.
You really embrace the acting and, you know, the special effects. What are some things that maybe weren't the best things about the movie? Like, what do you think kind of detracted it away from kids? Because you say it's not a family film.
Well, family but older. You kind of got to already know who Merlin is. And then, you know, the love interest thing, they're college-age kids, you know, he's in college and everything. And, oh yeah, and then the whole movie's got a science aspect to it, too. They're talking about Tesla coils and all that kind of jazz. They merge the science and the magic and sorcery together. But kids, if they don't already know what that is or what's going on with all this science talk, I just don't know if they would be able to grasp it. I heard them giggle a couple times at Jay's jokes, but I don't know about little ones.
Would you recommend it just overall, though?
Overall, yeah, I would. This movie needs more hype. Like I said, I think it should be marketed a little differently. I had a lot of fun with it, and I definitely recommend it for, like I said, just like an older family night out. One thing I do need to add, after the credits, there's something crazy awesome. It's really fun.
That's all you're going to give me?
Yep.
All right.
You have to go see it.
All right. I might have to go see this movie to find out what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. This is a little ode to The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Mickey and Mickey Mouse and everything. And that is intertwined throughout the whole movie.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. And the end credits kind of goes to that. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, you heard what we had to say this week. I definitely recommend to go see Inception.
And I definitely recommend going to see Sorcerer's Apprentice. It's definitely a magical movie.
Well, tune in next week to hear what we have to say about Salt and Ramona and Beezus.